Welcome to a hidden thread within the Bible, hidden in the English translation of the Hebrew text. This is part of my Bible study series, Why I Believe the Bible is Unique. But before we begin, I'd like to invite you to explore this topic with a small group of fellow truth seekers in a spirit of loving dialogue, where we seek to reach a deeper understanding by experiencing each other's points of view fully, equally, and non-judgmentally, not a debate or dispute, simply following the Holy Spirit as our teacher and guide. A little word with big significance, the Hebrew word et, aleph and tav, the first and last letters of the Hebrew alphabet. But it's hidden in the English translation because of a difference between Hebrew and English grammar. In Hebrew, it's a direct object marker, linking the object to the preceding verb. But we don't do that in English. So it's unrepresented as shown in the brackets around the Strong's number. But its significance is also hidden in the modern Hebrew characters, as you'll see right now. We really need to go back to the evolution of the Hebrew script to understand the significance of these two letters. The earliest alphabet we know is called Proto-Siniatic, and that's early Semitic or ancient Hebrew, and it's adaptation of 22 Egyptian hieroglyphs. It then evolved into what's called Middle Semitic, and Middle Semitic influenced the Phoenician, Greek, and Roman alphabets. It then evolved further into Late Semitic or Aramaic script, which then became modern Hebrew. And so the early Semitic of Aleph is an ox head. This then evolved into that upside down A, which became the Greek and Roman A as we know it today. It then evolved into Aramaic script, and then it became the modern Hebrew letter Aleph. But there's something special about the Tav, because the Egyptian hieroglyph was either the crossed planks, as you'll see there between the birds, or a plus or an X, because the Proto-Siniatic shows up as a plus sign. Brenner takes a bit of a liberty by using that more elongated plus, representing the Roman cross, but that's a bit rich, because at the Proto-Siniatic, it's just a plus. It then evolved into an X, which then evolved into that H shape in the late Semitic, and then into the modern Hebrew. But we'll see it here in the early Proto-Siniatic. There you'll see 4 of the Egyptian hieroglyphs in this one picture of these scratchings on a rock. The water in the top left, then the plus, then the shepherd's crook, and then the mouth shape on the right. But the symbolism in the ancient Hebrew, when combined, they represent moving towards a mark. So in other words, the action would be to plow a field, or action traveling towards a destination. And so the hidden Messianic thread is over 7,300 times in the Hebrew Bible. It's a hidden thread connecting every part of God's plan and moving towards a future event. Jesus Christ's crucifixion on cross sticks, a Roman cross, looking forward towards a Messianic restoration of God's kingdom. And so we see this sense of I am the first and the last throughout the Bible. In Isaiah 44 verse 6, I am the first and I am the last. Beside me there is no other God. John begins his gospel, the first verse, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And in the final chapter of the Bible, Jesus says, I am the Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. So the way I like to think of Genesis 1:1, in the beginning, God, the first and the last, the Aleph and the Tav, the Alpha and Omega, created the heavens and the earth. There has never been a better time to be a disciple of Jesus Christ. If you would like to explore these topics with me in more detail, connect with me through my website, seanlindberg.com, or on WhatsApp, South Africa 2782 341 3398. And check out my soon-to-be-introduced Introduction to the Joy of Bible Study. Thanks for watching.